Yo, welcome back to more ReZero Season 2, Episode 13. Apparently, this is going to be where it ends until January, so it won't continue until then. So this is probably going to end on a very cliffhangery note, probably something with the same effect as how the post-credit scene in the director's cut of Season 1 was, which was awful, and it was just like, no, I need to see what's next. Then, of course, Season 2 got delayed, and it was so much worse, but, you know, we'll see what happens here, because where we left off is very like, oh, okay. You know, Satala just rolling up to the tea party. We got all the witches here. Witches tea party, man. God damn. But we're going to get into all that happened there and kind of maybe seeing where this could go. But to get into a little bit what happened last time and a few of the comments y'all left me on Patreon. So last episode, Subaru, he reaches the Echidna's tea party again. Before that, of course, going to that area of the graveyard and going through the second trial, we found out, which is beholding an unthinkable present, which was insane for me because I was like, dude, are they confirming that the world goes on when he dies? Because I was geeking about it. I was like, whoa, that is fucked, man. Jesus. Echidna later explained that only Satala would know if that is what is actually the case. So it's just a possibility. But still, well, the events that we saw were like very likely outcomes. Particularly, I didn't get a chance to geek out over this because this is pretty insane. Just because I was freaking out about that first thing. But Reinhard obliterating Puck when he was about to destroy the world. So all those times before, at least a couple times before, where Puck was like, Amelia's died. I'm going to, as per my contract, I'm going to destroy the world. Like, whoa. Dude, he never could. I guess as long as Reinhard is there to stop him, then he's gonna fucking obliterate him and save the world, I guess, because he is insane, man. Someone probably told me back when I was watching the director's cut, because the anime, of course, never really gets into how strong Reinhard is. You see that one example with Elsa, where he's like, you could already tell he didn't need to draw his sword. Like, he was pretty much just standing there unarmed and not even worried about what she was doing. But then being like, well, I suppose, you know, picking up the sword that was within the loot house, like, this should do. And still, like, being able to draw out, like, energy, you know, of course, all the mana, doing that Excalibur-type move, which is very funny thinking about that now. That, you know, remembering back then that didn't kill Elsa, obviously. Considering what Beatrice did to her, like, we saw it obliterate Elsa, what Beatrice did to her, and then she came back, like, right after. Like, probably the same thing happened back then with Reinhard. Even though, of course, he was gimping himself, it probably still should have been enough to kill her, yet it didn't. So, what's the deal with her? What's her ability? I'm still kind of treading that thing of, like, whether she's a Sin Archbishop or not, considering the Witch of Envy giving... this is pure speculation, like, pure speculation. And there's probably something that contradicts this, but there's just a thought in my head. Considering Satala is the one, you know, Witch of Envy, that gives Subaru the ability to return by death, you know, that's the favor that she grants him. Would that Sin Archbishop of Envy have such a similar ability? I don't know, it just seems strange that Elsa, we saw her die, just get obliterated, and then she just appeared a second later, and then comparing that with her encounter with Reinhard at the very beginning, I don't know. Because, you know, we haven't seen the Sin Archbishop for Envy yet. We've seen Sloth, we've seen Sin Archbishop for Greed, which is interesting. I'm curious that, because we saw him once before, and considering we've been so close with the Witch of Greed lately, makes me want to know more about him in relation. But, you know, we've seen, Gluttony, of course. I'm not sure what's going on there. It could just be something else entirely, or whether, like, she just didn't die at all. It was an illusion or something. Who the fuck knows? But anyway, I think that whole situation is still Roswell hiring them to accelerate his plans and just keep Subaru, like, focused on the singular thing, which is Amelia. So, you know, having them killed there, Subaru can't focus on them. He has to focus completely on Amelia, become more like him, which, fuck, hope that doesn't happen. I know he resolved to, like, at the beginning of last episode, which is like, ooh, that'd be a very dark arc in this series if that ever happens. We need another From Zero moment again. So yeah, Reinhard, super strong, ridiculously strong. I've learned. I've learned. Oh Jesus! Like, how does he not just solo everything? What does Reinhardt do? Why is he not out in the field? Maybe he is. Why is he not just out in the world, obliterating every bad thing he comes across? I guess because he's still human. If he gets hit, he could probably still die, of course. Like we saw with the previous Master Swordsman, you know, Wilhelm's wife, you know, dying to the white whale. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, he's just too damn strong, man. You need to be out fighting bosses constantly. But yeah, so past that, Subaru reaches the tea party last episode and almost goes into that contract with Echidna. And, you know, Minerva luckily comes down and is like, yo, hold up. And even if, like, that warning was maybe out of a selfish intention, because maybe if they have their own interest in Subaru as well, because, you know, these are witches, right? Like, not to judge them. Like, obviously, there's more to them, but even, like, with Echidna, we've been kind of seeing this coming as well, really revealing the true nature, like, of just her being the witch of greed, and, you know, what she wants from Subaru to share in his return by death ability, like, to just, because remembering what she was trying to accomplish before with the sanctuary, like with Ryuzu Meyer, right? Immortality, like return by death is essentially a form of immortality before, and if she can like share in that and become like a spectator to all the information that Subaru learns through his return by death, that's a hell of a deal for her. Even if it, like, as Sekhmet says, because shout out to Captain History for linking me to the author notes on the episode, as well as like what the consequences would have been if he took that contract. So Sekhmet says in the end, which by the way, meeting Sekhmet, you know, very attractive, which as we saw, she said in the end it would probably lead to the proper outcome, but you know, what would have happened, how would that break Subaru? And it probably wouldn't lead him to saving all the people he cares about like he wants to. And apparently, if he did, if she would have helped him, he would have died about 10,000 times. So I think the direct quote was, Subaru died 5 times in clearing Arc 3, but if Echidna helped him, he would have died about 10,000 times. You know, just for the sake of her acquiring knowledge. We see how cold she is. Everything is calculated to that end for her. Even, you know, Subaru coming to his decision after, you know, asking about Beatrice, like, asking Echidna, like, about that person, and, like, you know, just... like, why? You know, why such a deal with Beatrice? Like, does that person even exist? And Echidna was like, straight up, just, I don't even know if that person exists. I just wanted to see what she would do. Like, her wanting to die after not finding that person, or going this long without fighting him, I guess that's a fine outcome too, you know? That's just her perspective. Like, it's all equal to her. It's all valid. Like, a good outcome, a bad outcome, like, morally, it's just... that's not how it registers with her. It's just a calculated thing. She just wants to know, she wants to see. It's all about the knowledge for her. It's just in her nature. So luckily Subaru in the end was just like, nope, not gonna do it. And even in being rejected, she was a bit like, ah, I see. Like, she wasn't even angry about it. She can't even like express emotions or understand them. Pretty crazy, but well depicted for sure. So I definitely appreciated that. It's kind of where we're at now. Oh, Nitten on Patreon also said, so we saw with the second trial there about the unthinkable present. You know, first trial was about the past, confronting your past. So probably the third one is probably about your future. We'll probably see that at some point. Because I guess really the move for Subaru at this point is for him to clear the trial. You know, because Amelia, while I don't doubt her, you know, her capabilities and just her... I want her to be able to confront her past and to deal with these things, but it's honestly just under the circumstances, given we know Elsa and Meily's like mission they were hired for at the mansion to target them there and to target Beatrice as well. You know, knowing that Roswell's pulling these strings, and that's, you know, he would make it snow and force Amelia into isolation to only depend on Subaru. Like, it's just we gotta go. We gotta go. So I think Subaru just has to do it, of course, and then, you know, mobilize and save them at the mansion, and whatever after that, I don't know. Maybe like have to fight Roswell or something. I have no fucking clue. We know Garfield was a threat to Roswell before, just because, you know, Garfield's strong as fuck. Like, Roswell's very strong, even like for a mage essentially. You know, you wouldn't really expect him to be as physically strong as he is. You know, forcing his fucking hand through 2 bodies, like straight through Ram and then into Garfield. Pretty damn strong thing to do, like, Jesus. beating the shit out of Subaru. Mainly that first thing. It's like, damn, you know, crazy stuff. And we know magically he is pretty insane. We know he had a duel with Puck, like when he first like encountered them in the forest. Like we saw that in the first OVA, Memory Snow. So it's like, I don't know, man. How the fuck do you fight him unless you somehow get Garfield close enough to just fucking kill him? Because he's still human. He can still die. So from that strong of an attack, I don't know, man. Might just have to do it to jump on him. I don't fucking know. Crazy stuff, dude. But who knows if we'll even get that opportunity? Because guess what? Satela showed up after all the witches were around, kind of giving their peace, and Subaru rejecting Echidna. Now, truly, the witch that is closest with Subaru, who loves him so much, Aishiteru, times a million, is here at the tea party. So we'll see what she has to say, what she does, and how this ends until January. So let's get to it. Beginning the episode in 3, 2, 1. Past all the barriers. Fuck your barriers, Echidna. Satela's here. She loves you. Like, legitimately loves him, which is so weird. Oh, man. You people are crazy. I wouldn't say that's nice. Mm. Mm. Like taking the whole burden on himself. Wow. Ungrateful to her. That's an awfully fair response considering she ate all of you. Hmm. Love yourself more. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. And that glimpse at her, she super looks like Amelia under the hood. Like super. Uh that's so much on you, man, and apparently it hurts her. So uh I don't know. Nah. I get how he's feeling. Cause it's like, it's just... Jeez. What a scene this is, just him breaking down in front of all these witches. Ooh. Ooh. uh... Gave me everything. Whoa. Did he just bite his tongue? Is he trying to die? Yo. Oh, Typhon. Kept her from healing him. No, 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 no. Yo, Typhon. Whoa. Segment. Damn. Yeah, they're picking their sides here. Holy shit, Sekhmet and Typhon. Letting him choose. This is so bizarre. I did not expect this from Satila. I know those lines. Yep. The unthinkable present. Ooh. Uh. I don't want to die. Yo. Alright, you just made another choice there. God damn, dude. Okay. I don't know how to feel right now, to be honest. I'm just trying to see. Of course. Man. I allow it. So I'll allow you to be saved too. What? What the hell? I am so... Oh. Of course you do. Man. I suppose there is. So crazy. All the witches. Yeah, all of them. This has been nuts. That's essentially how I feel. Uh, After 10,000 deaths. Or is this a different kind of deal? Mm-hmm. There you go. Yep. Can't do it. Hmm. Greedy. Yeah, maybe. She did. Despite her intentions, that's what she did. Ah. Free him from his circumstances. Well, thanks for the tip there. Subaru's a lucky guy. Dude, even the witches helped him. Even Satala wants him to love himself. What the fuck? And thanks for not letting me die. Thank you, Carmilla. And even thanks to you. Nope. But it has kept him from truly dying. Okay. He would know. Jeez, man. What? Uh, who would have expected this from the first season? Okay. Including her. People that grieve when you die. And one day you must come what? To kill me. Oh my god. We just saw her full face finally. I'm going to save you. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my goodness. So we see she does look a little bit different than Amelia. Of course. But man. Hey you, finally awake. Patrash. Loyal steed. Look a bit roughed up there. Oh my god, Patrash. Got battered for coming in. She loves you. You speak ground dragon? Come on, we know why. We know why. Trash loves you. Uh-huh. Yep. You're beyond dense. Must be nice to be you. That's what Minerva said. Oh. I think he just realized there. Uh-huh. Someone that likes you, Subaru. Patrash. The first one to confirm it. For him. It's important right now, coming out of that. Love yourself more, Subaru. People legit care about you. He's your friend. You remember Eugene? Yep. I think that means you passed the second trial. Oh, better not go back. Yikes. I don't think you're allowed in right now. Oh, he doesn't have the right anymore? He lost the right. Did she take it away in that moment? Oh, man. Oh, Echidna. We have to break Garfield's spell somehow to finally free him. Whatever exactly that spell is. Oh, hello, dickhead. Oh, fuck you. That's true. Oh, you don't even know, man. Yeah. Yep. Focus on what's most important. Hmm. Yeah. You don't want to die, Subaru. He won't become like you. Whoa. He took his makeup off. Jesus. Oh my god. As long as there's life. Hmm. Oh, you were the wrong person to talk to right now, but I mean, he's not completely wrong. It's just uh-huh. Of course he knows. Strokes tome. Yep, you did it. I know you did it. I already knew that. Of course. Confirmed. Piece of shit, man. Even with your authority. I knew you were doing this to push him towards this. You piece of shit. Perfected as a being who can only save one. And no others. Just Amelia. I believe that. I believe that shit. Enchanted by those eyes 400 years ago. Yeah, that's... I will force it upon you. Wait, what the fuck are you about to do? Roswell? 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 Yo. Yeah, he did. Begging him, call it off. It won't matter. Ah, it was worth a try. Oh my god. If you truly wish it. I guess you know how Echidna is. He would. So it is written. Oh my god. He's so awful. I know for generations your family and this land. You're the one that's gonna make his future come true after all. Yeah, you're his hope. You're his future. and Ram. Oh my god, it's so twisted. So twisted. Oh my god. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Oh. Whew. Did Roswell just confirm he's 400 fucking years old? And when he saw those eyes, that's when he went insane. Whose eyes? Echidna's? Like, he's like, how are you not insane? Oh, Subaru. Oh, Subaru. Oh, Subaru. I don't know. 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 Otto? Yo. Are we ending on some hope? Yeah. Leave it to you. Okay. What is he about to do? Let's see you grit those teeth, Simone. Ah. That's our friend right there. Nice. Fucking nice. Let's go. We ended on some hope right there, bro. Our brother, Otto, coming through the friend. Oh my god. Ever since the friend episode, like, you know, Otto's been around, like, before he, like, yeah, let's, you know, let's have you talk to Roswell and about, but even like he said, like, it wasn't about that. Like, I care about you, man. Like, I came here to help you because you're my friend. That's what friends do. Like, it's nothing. It's that's what friends do, you know. And somebody had to just hysterically laugh about it because he felt silly for not realizing that. But it's so crazy, Subaru's, because for these past episodes, he's been in this resolve mentality to use his return by death over and over until he could figure out a way to fix things, which I feel a bit bad about, for being like, okay, you know, great, you know, let's do this, let's figure shit out, because that is terrible. Even what he said to Garfield before, when he encountered him as he was leaving, he's like, I'm the only one that should have to go through this, or something along those lines, taking on that, like, really just taking on that burden. He's like, he said, it's what I'm here for. Kind of a badass thing to say, but, you know, it's really sad, you know, he's truly bearing the burden of all these deaths, and no one could really understand the extent of that. You know, even with him venting to Echidna before about return by death, that was beautiful, because it was the first time he was ever able to see that. But with him and his ability, he's like, I have to be the one to bear this, because I'm the only one who can fail and die and come back. And it's like, but for Satella herself, the one that granted him this ability, the one that has apparently loved him for all this time, like legitimately loved him, which has been such a mind fuck for me ever since, like, she showed up before. She was like really acting lovey-dovey and crying over him dying and Subaru instinctively saying in that moment, I'm going to save you, and him saying that again this episode. Though even she was saying, like, you're the one who saved me. So I want you to be saved too. I don't want you to have to suffer. I want you to care about yourself more. I want you to love yourself more. Like, yo, is Satala telling Subaru to love himself? What the fuck? Satala, the witch of envy, that witch who destroyed half the world, the one who just physically ate all the other witches. She's saying that to Subaru? She loves him, you know. Circumstances with the world, I mean, because I guess we really don't know the circumstances behind that, why she destroyed the world, or which is so funny, like, you know, what's her understandable reason for destroying the world? But honestly, like, I'm honestly curious. Granted, she is a witch, and we know the witchy nature of these, the bad parts of it, and also the good parts. Like, we saw that they were willing to let Subaru choose. They were willing to save him. They were willing to, like, express her care for him. Like, that's like we've seen the worst, and now we've seen the best of the witches. It's just so crazy to me. It's great. And it's always, like, very cathartic to see Subaru address and overcome these things in his mind, because, you know, what he goes through is so traumatic, is so debilitating. Of course, it could exasperate these, like, due to his unique circumstances, like, does anyone even, like me back? Like, I'm willing to take on this burden for everyone, even if they don't, like, it's just... like, my life, like, what is my life worth compared to saving everyone else's? But, you know, they're saying, like, that's the wrong way to look at it, man. Your life is worth something, man. They care about you. Patrash, you know, when he left, Patrash being the first one to affirm that for him, going into the trial despite being battered and rejected by it. You know, we saw how it fucked up Roswell, doing that for Subaru because Patrash loves him. You know, that's the loyal steed, you know? And we know that's true, like, for Rem as well. And we see with Otto before. And I'm glad Subaru's getting this affirmation, because he needs it now. He needs it now. And even still, I gotta say, I totally agree with him. I don't understand you, really. The nature of them is being the witches. They're very much who they are, for better or for worse. And again, we see the best and the worst of that. But it's like, you know, I don't fully understand you or your intent or really what's going on with that. But thank you for doing what you've done, like, all of you, like, you for doing this, even like a kid now, you've helped me before, like, regardless of, you know, what deal you're trying to make with me now, like, no thank you, but you did that, and you know, thank you for that. Even Satala telling her, like, listen, we're gonna save you, you know. But Satala even told him, like, eventually you'll have to come and kill me. It's like she's kind of accepted just the villain that she's become. She seems sad about it. I don't know. I think she's sad about it because she knows it has to be Subaru. That she knows that the path he's on is going to lead to him having to destroy her, I guess. And she mourns that because it is him and because she loves him so much. But he straight up said he's gonna save her. Okay. You know, consider me looking forward to what the hell that'll be one day. Very much a mindfuck. It's not outside the realm of, like, what I would expect from the witches. It was surprising, and I didn't expect it. But when you think about it, it's like, okay, I could see. And shout out to Typhon being the first one to step in for Subaru. Like, even just, like, when he was, like, extremely hurt and on the ground, like, Subaru, like, you're hurt. Tell me who hurt you. Like, Typhon seems to legit care for Subaru. Because due to Typhon's own judgment before, we've seen that Subaru is a good person, but he sees himself as being a sinner. So, because we know how Subaru feels about himself and, you know, his various insecurities, and of course the way his mind just gets to that point, you know, going through what he goes through. That being said, even still, what does he do? We don't know. He doesn't know. Only thing you can think of, go talk to Roswell. Informing him and begging him to call out, like, after learning he's the one who called in the attack, which I'm glad I called out, because I was like, oh my god, I just realized in the episode where, you know, Emilia goes all yandere, you know, Beatrice and all that, and Roswell killing, you know, after that I realized, like, oh my god, it has to be him that calls in the hit. So I was like, because of course he would go that fucking far. And now Subaru's learned that. It's like, it's like that fucking, like, oh, like, dude, you are nuts. You are insane that you would go that far to drive me to solely focus on Emilia, because that's what he said. Focus on what's most important. Only that. Nothing else, no one else. You can do that. And no one else, including himself. You can do that. You can become like me. Because we see Roswell, he's gone insane. He doesn't care about himself. Like, we even see when the timeline fails, he's just willing to die. Because he knows that another him will find that future. Like, his goal is above himself. He's focused on the sole thing above himself, above anyone else. Become like him. And considering what Subaru just went through about, you know, choosing not to die, because now he knows that it hurts, you know, Satella. It hurts, and it should hurt himself too. Like, to put himself through that. Like, he should care about himself more. So for Ros to face that with Roswell, it's like, fuck, man. Because, you know, Roswell, part of what he was saying, of course, like, for Subaru practically to do what he needs to do, I get it. Like, as long as there's the possibility, there's a chance to save it. Like, when Roswell was breaking down all of that, we know this already. Like, if Subaru buckles down, he focuses only on returning by death, and he then eventually he'll probably find a way. But that's it's really fucked up. It is fucked up. And again, I feel bad for, like, being excited a couple episodes ago for being like, oh yeah, he's just gonna focus on figuring things out. I mean, of course, I don't like Subaru dying. He doesn't like dying, of course. And what does he do? And he's agonizing over it, man. He's in the woods. He's out. He's just, like, to the point he passed out, I guess, because he found out. He woke up later. Also, you know, Echidna taking away his right to the trial. Oh, you witch. You sneaky witch. But we know that what she does is very intentional. It's all for a plan. She's done a lot to help him. And she kind of, you know, does these things to urge him to a certain course of action. We know she said that she gave him the hint about Garfield, about, you know, freeing him and then breaking the spell on him. It's good to know. You know, hopefully we can, you know, properly help him out, properly save him. Maybe just fully earn his trust that way, and he can just fully be an ally. Because, dude, Garfield, he's a hell of an ally to have, man. To solve the problems of the Sanctuary and to solve it, you know, his problems as well. That'd be great. So hopefully we can do that. And now with Otto here, man, my boy Otto, dude, gave him that tough love that I immediately thought of Gurren Lagann, you know, Kamina coming up to Simon, punching him. Like, let's see you grit those teeth. Just that tough love to knock you out of your fucking head. Like, listen, I love that a lot. So Otto's gonna share that burden with him. It hurts Otto too to see him, like, be like that and to bear that. So I'm so glad he did that, man. Truly, like, I mean, honestly, Otto is such an MVP of this season, dude. Because in the first season, you know, I didn't feel too strongly about Otto. Like, okay, he's a alright side character, I guess. But no, here in this season, man, he's really what he goes through for Subaru. He's so consistent, man. He's great. So I can't wait to see what happens next in January, I guess. But it's so cool that we ended on a hopeful note. Not what I expected at all. So, yeah, Roswell confirming. He's like, when I saw those eyes 400 years ago. That's that number again, 400 years ago. That's all the way back then. Beatrice referenced it as well. It's like the start of her contract was back then as well. 400 years ago. Was that like when Echidna was doing her experiments on with Ryuzu Meyer? He's been around a minute. I guess he's been the head for a long time of the Mathers family, which is very freaky. I have no doubt that he has gone insane by this point. I totally believe him when he says that. He is truly, him as a person would truly be the worst character outcome for Subaru. Like, it's just seeing him right there, you know, stroking his tome, his future, just, oh, this precious future. He'll do anything for us. He'll sacrifice anyone and everyone, including himself. But he needs Subaru. Oh, Subaru, listen. Oh, of course. I need you most of all. You're my hope. You know, Jesus. Old fuck. Old ass Roswell. Bitch ass Roswell. Fuck him, dude. I can't wait to see what we do next. Refusing to call off the hit. Like, if anything, like, I refuse to call it off even more. Like your resolve isn't even at the starting line, Subaru. You immediately know what he means by that, just because of what happened before. What a great villain he is, man. He's such a bastard. I fucking hate him. But I honestly love the moments with him. I guess that's where we're at. I'm gonna be dying till we get the next part of the show, but that was good. Second season, hella good. I honestly expected more episodes before it ended here. I guess for the time being, but you know, January isn't too far away, so yeah, this season 2 as a whole has been really damn good, man. So many high points, so many low points, which are kind of, I don't mean low points in quality, I mean low points for Subaru and the whole situation, which is a high point for the show in itself. Different kinds of high points, you know, the hope that we feel, the despair, just the love, oh, so much love. The revelation of a lot of secrets, and seeing truly the nature behind Roswell. Learning more, like meeting Echidna and thus learning more about the witches and about Satella. Like her actually showing up and getting this characterization for her, which is so unlike what I expected. Just insanity, man. And again, so much more catharsis and very wonderful and heartbreaking emotional moments for Subaru, which is honestly the best stuff in this show, in my opinion. Man, again, catharsis, the anime, it's that's ReZero. It's a, you know, Subaru going through what he goes through, overcoming his emotions and his mental state are just a huge part of that. So it's important to constantly address, and I'm glad they do, because I love that kind of stuff. You know, including this episode, of course. Amelia, oh, Amelia shined mostly at the beginning. You know, there was moments with Amelia peppered throughout, but it's really been focused on Subaru and Kidna and him figuring all these things out and just, you know, bouncing back and forth between, you know, the mansion and here. And, you know, stuff with Roswell. And anyway, but that's not all I have to actually say. We'll see you all in January. Feel free to share any thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. See you then. Peace.